Today, we're talking about the possibility of being addicted to love. Hi, I'm Dr. B, and I want you to fully enjoy life and experience the freedom that God desires for you and also those around you. Now, today we're turning our attention to the idea of being in love with love. Some also call this concept a relationship addiction. I've counseled many through the years that positions their identity with the need to always have a relationship and connection. It's kind of like they enmesh their self-image with needing to be with another person. Now, I just completed several videos on addiction. And people can get addicted to almost anything like alcohol, drugs, shopping, but they also are some that can be addicted to love and relationships. And for those I've seen, their relationship is the choice of drugs. And what I want us to grasp is that it does not just have to be a romantic relationship. We can get addicted to any relationship that has the ability to cross the line and break boundaries as we're with others. For some, this can actually become unhealthy. When a person has an unhealthy need for constant association with another person. What I've learned is that love or even relationship addiction can happen when it's more about fear and less about a loving relationship. It can also become unhealthy when you are not interested in the real person you're with and more about what you need and the other person to do for you and make you feel. Now, there are some indications and signs that you are addicted to love or a relationship. As I said earlier, many relationship addicted people are dealing with fear. Now, the main fear is fear of rejection or being alone. And many of these issues is about a person creating a fantasy world in their mind about the other person. Now, I've seen people focus so much on the fantasy that they refuse to look at reality. Now, if you're one that feels a relief from anxiety and being alone every time you're with this person, you could be addicted to love. And again, it's the fear of being taken care of in our minds when we are with another person. Now, many who are addicted to relationships and love do not understand that, yes, God created us to have a relationship with Him and others. He also created us to have a relationship with self. If you do not feel good about self, you will try to make up for that by having others around you all the time. As a counselor, I've worked with people who suffer from relationship addiction, and it's really interesting. When the person they're addicted to leave them, they in many cases look for the same type of person. So basically, they're substituting the new person for the past relationship. And normally they end up substituting an unhealthy relationship with another unhealthy person and just go through life repeating this unfulfilled cycle. If you find yourself always ending up with the same type of person, you're probably addicted to love. Now, here's another sign that you may be addicted to love and relationships is when you are with the person, you feel relief. When they are gone, you struggle with anxiety and fear of abandonment. I've counseled with some people who actually experience panic attacks if they feel the person may not want to spend time with them. Now, here's another thing I've noticed. When you're addicted to love, you spend all your time, all your energy, even money to keep that relationship going. The addict will also think through what is needed in the relationship and try to anticipate what move to make, what they need to do to keep that person in their life. The person addicted to love has the attitude that the person they're addicted to is the answer to their life and that will bring them all the joy and happiness that they're looking for in life. The problem is there can be a lot of miscues and misunderstandings as the relationship unfolds. Since the person addicted is full of anxiety and at times panic, they are very sensitive to anything that can be seen as abandonment. For many, when the relationship ends, since the addict's self-image is tied to the relationship, they're totally shattered and demolished. They feel utterly lost. And here's what happens with most addicts. They begin an immediate search for the next person they can be addicted to. For many, they also refuse to listen to any family members or friends who challenge their obsession and need for a constant relationship. The people around the addict can see the unhealthy relationship, and when they try to point it out, the addict will dig their heels in and hang on to that fantasy. Here's another thing that can happen when the relationship addict feels that the relationship may end. They change from being submissive and trying to do what they can from the person leaving and turn into an aggressive approach or what I need mode. This is where the person can lose it and even create a domestic violence call for the police. A desperate person will act in desperate ways. I've seen some addicted people threaten or even die by suicide when the person they're addicted to leave them. They say things like, I cannot live without you. So if you leave, I'm going to kill myself. And this is the extreme guilt trip. If these signs are seen in your life, you may be addicted to love. My suggestion is you take a deep look at yourself. If you are in between relationships, you can at this time step back and examine what you're feeling and especially how you're acting. When you notice something that is reoccurring, let me suggest you journal it. It will help you later discover where you are mentally. Write down the symptoms, especially the ones we have just discussed. If you can use this to discuss with a mental health therapist, you can be guided to avoid many of the same mistakes. If you will try to place your fear aside and trust God, you can get through this difficult time in life. To be healed from love and relationship addictions, you must break the cycle. For many, this began when you first started in a romantic relationship. Be open about how you feel now, and if you're in a relationship, talk to them honestly. Let them know about your struggles and what you plan to do to overcome. So the key is to break the cycle. This will sound scary, but try to take some time and be alone with just you and God. I'll be honest, this can be very difficult, but will be worth it if you allow God to speak to your heart and lift your spirit. God will teach you how to love yourself more. As you spend time with God and His Word, you will sense the nurturing love and acceptance of God. So let me suggest you write down and follow the following scriptures found in the Psalms. Psalm 37, verses 3 through 7 says, trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. You can be brought back to a full understanding that you are valuable and have a great amount of worth in God. I promise, if you have a great relationship with God and believe in His Word about who you are, other healthy relationships then can be formed. Like the psalmist said, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If it was helpful to you, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can always know when we post new content. Have a wonderful day as you continue finding freedom in your life.